Hello, guys. It's me, Mr. Tyrek here, and welcome to Tyrek Lounge.
And I'm Grant. And I'm
Tyrek.
Grant. And I'm Grant Harper, aka the Emotional Guy. And this is Dragon Lover 95. She's not here at the moment.
We're gonna wait on people to do the live stream. And I'm gonna send links for people. Okay. Alright. Sent the link. Now let's send it to Twitter. Are you like eating like a bag of chips or something?
Oh, peanut butter, graham crackers.
Oh, that's what okay. I just hear crunching going on. Hi, worlds. This is gonna be like a Star Wars related stream. You can exit out once we start the video. We're not gonna start the video for a little bit, but feel free to stick around and talk if you like. I mean, something to keep us company. Hey, Ryan. You could talk too, like something for us to keep the video interesting as we wait for Dragon. All right. Think. All right. Twitter link's been set. All right. Hmm. All right.
Oh, hey. You pretty much want to bring me back into that mad place just so you can feel less lonely?
All right. Here comes Dragon Lover.
Finally.
All right.
I'm here.
What happened?
Well, let's
It's
get.
okay not to talk about it. It's okay.
Well, let's just say pretty much stupid news and such. The fact that my parents want me to come back for pretty much of Christmas and such. I understand, but honestly, having to go home on a Wednesday, heck no!
Sucks. Hey, Green Raccoon.
Also, sorry people who just saw me angry. I don't really mean it. I really don't.
We're gonna be doing Samuel Gavin's video, which is
Yeah.
his review of the Phantom Menace. And I saw his top 10 worst changes in the special editions, and Anomaly did it, and he had to pause every 2 seconds because of copyrighted music.
Who
Is there so
cares?
much copyright music in it too?
Let's see.
You always gotta make sure before you do these things.
No, there's no music detective in this description.
Okay. So he's not. So he's not like Cosmonaut.
No.
Okay then.
Oh yeah, well, okay, he is kind of like Cosmonaut, but let's just say his points have aged poorly.
Like Johnny's.
You could say that.
Oh boy.
Let's start this. Beware, spoilers ahead.
Not like we care.
You know, every time I start to write a review for a film that I have all this information
I can't even
and
hear it.
criticism for, I
You
instantly
don't
find
hear it?
I can hear it. There's just like,
You can't, or you can.
well, for me, I can.
You can, Ashley?
Well, I don't know. Just play a video and
How many of us actually like The Phantom Menace?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not a Star Wars person.
it hard to watch. And with a film like The Phantom Menace,
Okay, now it's a little clearer.
I've been given 7 minutes.
Oh, yes, of course. 20 seconds, 7 seconds later.
Oh boy.
You suck off Red Letter Media.
Yeah, can you turn it up a bit? I don't think the audience can hear it. Like, hey,
Alright,
can you
let's...
go back a little bit?
Build up in my brain for, I instantly find it hard to articulate it. And with a film like The Phantom Menace, a film parody, edited by fans, and given 70-minute long review,
Of course. 27 seconds. You don't take as long as... You're not as quick as Cosmonaut, but you suck off Red Letter Media in less than 30 seconds.
and many videos
And also this guy Anomaly did as well.
Mm-hmm.
work for basically work. It's frustratingly hard to find the words to say and make them sound new and fresh. I mean, what can I say about the film that hasn't already been said? Phantom Menace is still fun. And while the film doesn't anger me like some other films do, there's an unfortunate situation that allows me to have a somewhat unique perspective on the people. I grew up
Yeah, the mic's so terrible.
You grew up with them.
The way like streaming the audio is like makes his narration even more hard to understand, especially a low volume.
Like his volume.
No, it's like the quality itself. When being streamed through your StreamYard just makes the narration sound worse.
1999, I was 4 years old. I've grown up with the prequels, as well as the originals, of course. Let this be a message to all of you prequel fans getting ready to comment on this review, accusing me of letting hype cloud my judgment. Eventually, I just
Because you
stopped watching the prequels because they got boring. The originals always stayed with me. That's why I'm not really angry. I didn't go to the theater excited to see this back in 99 to then get really, really angry. I just developed critical thinking skills as I got older and realized how crap they were. I mean, whatever happened to the whole idea of Star Wars in the first place? An homage to the 1930s space operas like Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers. The operatic movement of the story that found a middle ground with its realistic and fun characters, the grittiness and edginess of the universe, the fact that it pulled from many Western and Japanese films, the sense of magic and wonder, the energy and youth of the whole trilogy. The prequels are just boring, dull, wannabe epic sci-fi movies trying to capitalize on the success of the franchise. These films wouldn't be so hated if they didn't try to convince people that they were meant to be Star Wars films in the first place. People would have just said, well, that sucked. Or, that was boring. And moved on with their lives. And that's the ultimate problem. The Phantom Menace and basically the whole prequel trilogy.
Quote unquote garbage.
Yes,
That's what he
including Revenge
thinks.
of the Sith, isn't Star Wars. I mean, yeah, we've got the robes, the lightsabers, the Force, the musical score, the characters' names and/or references, but this is simple visual imagery to remind us that this is meant to take place in the same universe, when the whole film's tone, pace, characters, and overall emotional weight, or lack thereof, reflects that of a boring Star Wars fan novel that fails to understand its source material.
Because it's source material. It's by the same creator.
The reason they were given episode numbers in the first place was to again pay homage to space operas, where the new editions would start with a random chapter title and would give you all the boring exposition in the opening crawls, and then would jump right into the heart and fun of the story. So why didn't someone raise their hands in the making of these films to say, Hi, yeah. You do realize we're essentially creating 3 2-hour-long films about the boring backstory that we intentionally skipped past during the original trilogy, right? It wasn't 4, 5, and 6 because they were going to do 1, 2, and 3. Star Wars was always intended to be a trilogy-long story arc, and that's
Not always. It's a sixth
why the
movie.
original
No, George Lucas had it planned since the 70s.
trilogy plays out, a 3-act story. As Mark Hamill once said, there was a beginning, a middle, and an end. It's Star Wars, not Star Trek, and nothing
Really?
What
Really?
does
We're
that
thinking
have
of
to do with any?
What
What
does Star
does
Trek got to do with Star Wars?
what does that
Stop
have to do
confusing
with anything?
regular media. Good for Star Trek, but not for Star Wars.
Oh my gosh.
against Star Trek. I mean, I'm a big Trek fan, but Star Wars fans don't care about the specifics.
Star Wars fan. Star Trek is like a group of. It's about an. I know what Star Trek is. It's about like space discovery and exploration. This is a space adventure. Jeez.
We don't need explanations for how the Millennium Falcon's engines work, or how the Force works, or the politics behind everything, or how the war came to be.
Well, George Lucas discusses things, so of course he's gonna of course, then Star Wars wouldn't make any sense if they weren't to be explained. Hence why the Disney films weren't that good.
What matters is the war exists. It's a framework for us to get to know these characters. So a huge chunk of the prequels just ends up becoming boring setup for the fun stuff which we've already seen. The reason I've never made a video saying how I would rewrite the prequels is basically because I don't think they have any reason to exist in the first place. Backstory is backstory for a reason, and the backstory for Star Wars was slowly revealed to us throughout the original 3 films. It worked.
Well, there were glimpses, but not the whole thing.
In conjunction with the present story we're following to give us some great twists and turns and create real dramatic storytelling. By the end of the trilogy, we know that Yoda trained Obi-Wan, who then trained and befriended Anakin Skywalker, who was then seduced by the dark side of the Force later in life after having children and having got married. His son then grew up to become Luke Skywalker and his daughter to be Princess Leia. So I basically just saved you watching the prequels because all that info I just said out loud in a matter of less than 1 minute is all the interesting stuff that happens in them. Everything else is filler. Pointless.
Filler.
Right.
Boring filler.
Okay, how about I give you Solo, a Star Wars story.
Which is crap.
Here I go. I made an example.
Yep.
Hey, is it running? Is the video running fine for you? Because it's like the videos is like lagging.
Oh no, I think we could like go over to Bandicam.
No clue at all.
Is it lagging for you, Dragon Lover?
Look, I don't really watch that much Star Wars, but I can tell there wasn't that much filler in it.
Hey, Dragon. Is the video itself lagging? Lagging as in like lagging for you?
No.
Because I'm seeing lag. I don't know why.
Maybe it's on different ends.
Maybe it's the internet.
Very weird.
If this keeps happening, then we might have to delete this podcast and go over to Bandicam.
Uh-huh.
Let me see if I can.
Let's see if. You know what? If not, I'll remove the stream and put it.
No. That's okay. That's okay. Let me see. I can see if I can remove the internet on my. Let me turn off the Wi-Fi on my phone. See if that helps.
Okay.
Keep going.
All right.
So the Phantom Menace is basically tasked with telling a third of that backstory, so we already don't have a lot to work with from the get-go. In the context of the overall story, the most significant things that happen in this film is that Obi-Wan meets Anakin Skywalker. And this fact is why the film runs so slow and boring from the start.
Oh,
It
it's
opens
not.
with Padawan Obi-Wan
How is it so boring? There's a lot of action going on in the
Mhm.
first half hour of the film.
Exactly.
It won't last for like from seconds to just like 1 minute, 1 to 3 minutes, approximately in terms of average.
Such logic. Like, oh yeah, like Empire Strikes Back. It was slow for like 20 minutes to a half hour. And then
Exactly.
action starts going on. And you say, oh, this is the greatest Star Wars movie ever.
Calling The Empire Strikes Back the greatest Star Wars movie of all time will be an understatement. And calling Star Wars the original trilogy dark and gritty will also be an understatement. Mm-hmm.
And also saying, he also praised The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, of course.
Boy.
Kenobi and
I don't know his thoughts of Rise of Skywalker are,
Whatever.
but I say it's probably mixed to positive.
his master named Qui-Gon Jinn, which doesn't make sense, seeming as he was trained by Yoda, but whatever, boarding a ship to settle a dispute about taxation and the Trade Federation. Are ya having fun yet? Compare this to the opening of A New Hope, where by this point we've already established who's good, who's bad, had an intense chase and blaster fight,
Sam's
and
review was
established
looking
the main
choppy
villain with a scene
anyway.
telling us that we should fear him already. Oh, and just to clue everyone in, I actually have no understanding of the politics in these movies.
Okay, yeah, like the Senate is corrupt. I understand the politics in this movie just fine.
Yep. Something like
Yeah, I
distracting.
know. I've had 14 years to try and work it out, but I haven't because there is a ridiculous amount of political discussions that I just don't care about.
Of course, these movies, you're gonna have to have politics if this is about Palpatine wanting to take power. You want to see why the Empire was formed. Politics is the reason why.
Again, I don't care how the war came to be. What I'm watching this for are the colourful characters and the adventure. But it's made so integral to the plot that once
The way you're
Wow.
describing it, it sounds like you want something more catered towards, oh, I don't know, viewers who are
Action.
younger. Is it just me, or do you guys think that way too?
Yeah, I think it the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, seriously, describing that Star Wars is literally a media for anyone.
Yeah, not just OT fanatics. Everyone. Prequel trilogy fans, original trilogy fans, you name it.
Exactly.
Yes,
Oh.
it's not for OT fanboy, not for like. And then Disney had to cater it towards the Boba Fett pajama wearing asshats on the internet.
Also, I'm not sure if you guys pretty much know of this, but I posted 2 links in the general, you could say. So, in case we ever attempt to do those reviews.
I posted a response. Darkness the curse. Oh boy.
Mm-hmm. Oh gosh.
Well, now, shall we continue?
Oh,
Yeah.
I think someone's calling me.
Or do you guys want to pretty much? Oh, okay. Pause it. You know, like pause like the live thing, please. Put it on pause.
All right.
And the thing is still running.
That's because there is no pause. It only because when you end the stream, it ends the stream entirely. You must do a new broadcast. This is.
Well, There's a reason I posted two of the different Knights games in the group is, well, not only would you actually get a scene of those two games, but also you get to hear some people who basically talk positives about them, or in this case, there are basically some who really bash on them, and you're going to hear someone who is a fan and it can actually point out on both attempts, both sides,
Mm-hmm.
and not so biased.
I'm texting someone right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. About how streams usually go. Okay. Now we'll
Once
resume.
the two are on the planet of Naboo, I have no fucking clue who I'm meant to be rooting for or what's happening in the first place. And I still have no idea who these
You're
guys are.
rooting for the heroes. It's the same old thing. Good versus evil. Same old, same old.
Yep.
All you need to do is give us a simplistic plot. Good guys versus bad guys.
Exactly what you were given.
Mm-hmm.
And also, you also said, and this is where Cosmonaut got this from too, because got this whole Star Wars should be simple thing too from this guy as well.
My God, the parroting never ends. I hate it.
Parrots for dummies, because you dumb.
Regurgitation for dummies. Inspirational ignorance for dummies.
Because they're dumb as shit.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to go all out there, going to the effort to call this episode 1, then that means story-wise, this could be watched as a new start to the Star Wars story. But there's a serious lack of a relatable protagonist to help guide us through this fantastical universe, and a serious...
Of course. I want you to guess who the main character in the Phantom Menace is.
I want you to tell me who the main character of the Phantom Menace was. It's Qui-Gon Jinn.
It's Qui-Gon fucking Jinn.
Position. The first dialogue exchange is...
I have a bad feeling about this.
Guess so.
I don't sense anything.
It's not about the mission, Master. It's something elsewhere.
Don't center on your anxieties, Obi-Wan. Keep your concentration here and now where it belongs.
Master Yoda said I should be mindful of the future.
So basically, we've just been bombarded with information that the film just expects us to know about, and therefore not question at all.
Just
It completely
simple
relies on the original
dialogue.
trilogy to educate new viewers. Why do they keep talking about senses? Do these guys have powers? Who's Master Yoda? Why are they in robes? Are these guys monks or something? Know your audience. So the lack of information causes us to be completely lost when there's a contrived action scene
George
calling
Lucas
for Obi-Wan
does know his audience really well.
Mm-hmm.
Qui-Gon Jinn to bust out the lightsabers and go head-to-head with a bunch of battle droids. Good action in film comes from motivation and investment. It's not enthralling action if they're just swinging their lightsabers at the droids. I need to know why they're fighting in the first place to be invested. Now, some could argue that Anakin Skywalker is the relatable protagonist, but he doesn't come in until half an hour into the film. No one's going to sit through 30 minutes of a movie knowing nothing in the hopes that a relatable protagonist is going to show up eventually.
So it echoes with Luke. He doesn't come in the picture until like what? 10, 15 to 20 minutes later.
Yes.
So what's happening 30 minutes into a movie? I turn it off. Now I could...
Yeah, you turn it off. Just like Cosmonaut when he memes with his friends.
Yep.
Go into this big
I think this is one of Cosmonaut's friends he memes with.
spiel about the characters, but to save myself the effort, I'm just going to play a montage in the hopes that you all see what I'm getting
What
at.
effort?
I'm not going anywhere.
They're gonna execute her. Look, a few minutes ago you said you didn't want to just wait here to be captured. Now all you want to do is stay?
Marching into the detention area is not what I had in mind.
But they're gonna kill her!
Better her than me.
Fredo's gonna leave without giving you a goodbye kiss? I can arrange that.
Hey, Luke, thanks. Thanks for coming after me. Now I owe you one.
Too short for
It's
stormtroopers.
just dialogue.
Everything's perfectly all right now.
It's just the
We're all
dialogue,
fine here
man.
now.
Just
Mm-hmm.
How are you?
Get in there, you big Oreo! I don't care what you smell!
they were also in a rush there. They were getting fired at by troops.
Yes.
Either I'm gonna kill her or I'm beginning to like her!
What if this plan fails, Master? We could be stuck here a very long time.
There's reasons for dialogue. Sheesh.
It's just monotone dialogue.
Options have we?
Will you defer your motion to allow a commission to explore the
My favorite
validity of
line.
your accusations?
I will not defer.
Containers of supplies. The Queen's wardrobe, maybe, but not enough for you to barter with. Not in the amounts you're talking about.
All right. I'm sure
Amiibo.
another person will present. I'll check back later.
Yeah, these guys are bland and as monotone as ever. What?
Of course, they're Jedi.
They're
They go
supposed to
by the
pretty much-
code.
That's
their-
what's important.
They're the code. Like they're inspired by monks.
Exactly. And when you think about it, that way you would actually think about it. If they pretty much had relied on the emotions, it could have ended a lot worse. And when you think about it, most people don't think rationally. They don't think logically or how it's possible if the emotions overrun them.
You're not a Star Wars fan, but you know this.
Seriously, I pretty much got the impression when I saw Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. Same. It's fine. It's not. There's nothing alienating. It's fucking good. Yeah, you want to treat it as like, oh, it's different. So fucking what? It's a prequel. They came before in terms of story. It leads up to the original trilogy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
One of the best aspects of Star Wars has suddenly become one of its worst. What happened to the banter, the intense arguments, and the wide range of emotions?
It still happens in the prequel trilogy. Look at episode 2.
Uh-huh.
Before flowing through the characters from the original trilogy. That was part of the fun. Now it's just dull and a serious lack of energy and emotional investment is lost.
Because they're being serious. You can't.
Yeah.
I mean, look how much they don't fucking care. I mean, every time I watch A New Hope, I get sad that Obi-Wan died. Not because I've been watching him from the sequels, but because in the space of 1 hour and 20 minutes, I've grown emotionally attached to this character.
Fuck
Still not
off.
Oh, contradiction, contradiction.
That's
and-
not a real proper
alert,
argument.
contradiction,
That's
contradiction.
a emotion excuse.
Oh, someone also has entered the
Hello, Mark.
group.
Hello, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Mark.
What up?
This
Doing-
is Mark.
Mental
I'm
stuff.
I am like middle school.
Yeah. How you doing, Tyler?
Good.
That's good. And who? Just so I kind of know who I'm talking to, can everyone introduce themselves in the kind of broadcast?
Anyway, my name is Grant Harper, aka Dubisocial Guy. The nickname I'm using right now is Lieutenant Beezikin Skywalker,
Okay.
and the one below me is the Dragon Lover 95.
Hello, my fellow dragons! Dragon lover here! Also known as pretty much a well-known Knights fan.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, want to continue the video?
Yep.
Please do.
All right.
Establish that he's humble, kind, he's got this wisdom, and there's a real teacher-student, maybe even father-son connection between him and Luke. And to see Luke have to continue to grow as a character without him is sad, but also gets you all the more excited to see how Luke becomes stronger from this.
Remember, the Force will be with you.
Careful cover music.
When Qui-Gon Jinn dies, I go,
Oh, I was shocked when I saw that.
Wow, look at that expression. Look at that
I was
expression.
taken by surprise. Well, I was taken by surprise when I
Yeah,
first
me
saw
too.
it.
I did not know that. I did not know that's how one would die by a lightsaber, but apparently
Also-
that's how it happens.
Also, look at the posters. Spider-Man 2, Back to the Future.
AC/DC.
Spider-Man 2 right there, and right on the right, which actually is his left, Back to the Future poster by Drew Struzan.
But
He looks
seriously,
like he just has a straight face.
yes. Didn't you say you wanted emotion in your freaking a shrug? A shrug. That's it. That's your expression. That's your response to a very shocking scene.
Did you know that Qui-Gon lasted more longer than Obi-Wan in Episode 4, the A New Hope? So I have
think that Ben Kenobi's more important than Qui-Gon. He's just amazed with some emotions.
Wow.
Mark also thinks that A New Hope's overrated to him as well.
Oh wow, hypocrisy.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
which is also the reason the final fight lacks an emotional anchor. Darth Maul has had maybe, 4 or 5 lines in this
It's
entire
exciting!
movie.
Because
It's exciting! It's supposed to get you pumped up. They do episode 4, it doesn't hold up
Yeah,
your
that's
shit.
that's kind of the point of an action sequence. Get you pumped.
he's like a deadly assassin Sidious and Gunray has sent.
Also, combat-wise, it really adds to the diversity of the Star Wars combat. I'll be honest, I'm a big fan of combat, so like
Oh.
I kind of study a little bit of it. I don't train, but I study a little bit of it. So like combat-wise, Darth Maul is pretty sick with his moveset. So like I would say he's the best part. I love the political aspect, but Darth Maul is pure skill in that fight. If you even say it does lack emotion, it's because you have to be calm in the situation of such a skilled person. So freaking out will faster get you in danger than help you.
What's also revolutionary is that George Lucas did the extra mile by giving him a double-bladed lightsaber. Funny enough, my second oldest brother gave me this for my 12th birthday. So.
Ooh, I have one too. I got one from Disney. That's awesome.
This is like before George Lucas sold Lucasfilm to Disney.
Ooh, does it open up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got
It's a basic type lightsaber, so.
Okay, that's still cool though.
Yeah, like they sell like the more real looking ones, but they are expensive. I see them at GameStop.
Also, are they sturdy by any chance? Because I used to do lightsaber fights all the fucking time. So like, are they sturdy?
Sturdy as in the blades itself?
Like, can they take a hit when you mess around with your friends or like, are they just weak? Because I've always just kind of assumed.
This is a basic type This is a basic lightsaber, so not electronic one, so they can take a beating. So
The electronic ones could never. I don't see them taking a beating. They seem like they'd break on like a good hit.
And he's just one note henchman that the film's playing up as this big bad guy. Sorry, guys, but a double-sided lightsaber doesn't make up
It's
for
a double-bladed lightsaber, not a double-sided lightsaber.
Or dual-bladed.
Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon don't know this guy. The only reason we've got a fight in the first place is because lightsaber fights are cool.
Cool. Cool.
Mocking people who love the lightsaber fights.
Of course.
And also, wow, gotta post a picture of Peter Griffin just as insult to injury. Even
Real
though that
mature. Real mature, Sam. Real mature.
All right, I'm gonna send Cole another link because he's gonna join in.
Okay.
He's having some trouble getting an ethnicity. It's like trying to get your friend into a club. This is like the equivalency of getting stuck in traffic. Just join in the club.
He's stuck. Yeah, he's stuck in cyber traffic.
Yeah. Basically, a vampire hunter Yeti, who basically goes through different lands of fantasy and such, is stuck in his spaceship shuttle, trying to get to the club where the crew hangs out.
You could say
Gosh,
that.
how's that for an idea?
Sounds awesome.
You tend to come up with ideas and so.
Yeah, Jedi Academy even name dropped Darth Maul when it let players have double-bladed lightsabers on the back of the box. Oh, hey Cole.
Hey, I'm finally here. Oh my god.
Hey, what up, Yeti?
It's a piece of poodoo, this review. That's my best Watto impression. I'm working on it.
Also, you know Mark from high school?
Mark?
What's up, Cole?
Oh shit.
Yeah, how you been, Cole?
I've been very good. Oh my goodness.
That's good. It's been a long time since I've heard your voice.
Your audio is a little bit distorted, but I think that just might be my connection.
All right.
Okay, now it sounds better. My thing's always bugging out. Okay, so we're doing Samuel Gavin. I thought.
Yeah, I have like no. Yeah, you suggested that to me. That like the next time we do another lounge stream, you do Samuel Gavin.
Jedi Academy. I never played Jedi Academy.
Does anyone even remember Jedi Academy, or I'm the only old schooler left? Well, I do have the game for Nintendo Switch for digital download.
That's nice.
I might try that out.
I never heard of that till I never really seen much of that game, but I've heard that you can practically customize and such.
Yeah, it's originally a PC game.
Yeah.
It wasn't on Xbox too? Original Xbox.
Yeah, it's expensive though. And it was on
quantities, I assume.
Yeah.
Pause. Pause.
Oh my god! I always pause.
I remember because my dad, instead of having someone scream normally, it's just like his scream is equivalent to a girl, like a girl screaming.
This is the face of like
that was funny editing right there. I like his editing. I do like Cosmonaut editing.
This face. When you look on DeviantArt for the first time.
Yep.
Or you discovered Rule 34 and discovered your favorite characters in those.
Maybe as you get copyright claim on your video, even though your video falls under fair use.
Or reactions to the handling of a certain sickness this year.
That stuff.
Or the reaction to someone who discovered the horrible atrocity Netflix movie Cuties.
No politics, please.
Yes.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that sin of a movie.
Not at all.
I don't think I've heard of it.
Movie.
Good.
Don't watch that
Don't
movie.
see it. Don't see it at all. I didn't watch it, but I've heard people talk about it, and boy, it's really, really. It makes you wonder, how could they get away with that stuff?
You know why it's made? It was made. It was practically made to like point out the sexualization of children, but it's a fucking hypocrite because it does the exact same thing it's trying to avoid in a disgusting way. So, I mean, you basically want to shoot yourself in the foot. You'd rather shoot yourself in the foot or in the head.
Okay, and not to
And if
mention,
you avoid the pedophile.
not to mention, it's like it only like I saw just some guys review on Cuties and it's hit and miss. I mean, well, great, yeah, it only happens like what around 10 minutes or something, but and yes, the reaction was a bit overblown. But does that mean I'm defending this film? Hell no. No. I'm not defending pedo candy.
I haven't watched the movie, but
Me neither. I'm not
I
watching.
was like,
Fuck that
holy
shit.
shit! They
Thank you,
actually
Green
made a fucking movie about 11-year-old girls stripping,
Working,
doing sexual shit.
So much
Yep. And the crazy, and what makes it worse is the fact that the actor's actually 11-year-old. Usually they're not actually 11; they're much older. But that's the worst part too.
Why did this French government allow this movie to be made? Saying, "Oh, Airman's bad," yet they allowed this piece of shit film to be made. Okay.
But you know,
A film that tries to
kinda
legalize
wild,
pedophilia
basically
should
a rather gathering grounds for basically predators.
And just the guy telling us that we should think more than one step ahead, bro. We are.
Say, Ty, maybe in the future we could try doing a reaction to review on
I heard.
Knights.
Oh yeah, I heard. Yeah, the age of consent is actually 15.
And where?
France.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's still
I'm not
nothing
surprised.
that makes me
France has been
want to
kind
know
of
that
frisky
shit.
like that. France
But we are
not frisky like that.
But
Maybe
let's not pull a Doug Walker where he just flat out brings out of nowhere in his Sailor Moon review.
I was just thinking about that earlier too.
If he
if
if Doug reviews the anime that came before Evangelion, Nadia: The Secret of Blue Water, I'm gonna fucking puke.
You know, it'd actually be rather shocking if he actually did a review of Cuties.
I think he'd probably get demonetized.
Yeah.
Yep.
And copyright claim too.
Okay, well, let's not talk about it anymore.
Please,
Yes.
no, please, no, thank you.
Let's see what,
So we did get this awesome screenshot here.
and let's hear what our good friend
He's
Samuel
barely made
has
an
to say.
impression on me. The most we've seen Qui-Gon do is show some faith in Anakin because his blood shows a high force percentage, then suggest that he train Anakin, forgetting about already training Obi-Wan, so I guess he just expects Obi to finish the training by himself, and now he's dead. I just don't care. I don't.
You just don't care.
He's dead. It serves as an integral part of how Anakin's supposed to become. Jesus Christ.
Sidious has feared him the most.
Qui-Gon Jinn is an important character because he sees things through moral grays rather than shades of black and white. But really, like, he does more than just that. Like, he provides information to the Gungans about the Trade Federation invading, and he's able to help the Queen escape. Like, it's just too much for them to handle. It's just too much for them to care. Now it requires paying attention.
Jason is a great actor, and while we're on that, damn, is this a good cast wasted? Obi-Wan gets nothing to do other than stand around and then fight when Ewan McGregor is a fantastic actor, and in his defense, he does his best with what he's given, but the only thing he's given is boring dialogue.
So it's to watch over the crew of a damn starship. Jesus fucking Christ.
You were right. The negotiations were
mind
short.
Ben Kenobi just standing there. Robe on or robe off.
My one memory of Sailor Moon was Chibiusa pulling a gun out like a true gangsta.
Oh, wait, what? That happened? Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wow.
Okay, then. That actually makes me
I may
curious
not have
to see
watched
it.
a lot of Sailor Moon, but I did not know about that. But okay, then.
I saw a
I'm gonna have. Yeah, before Doug reviews, before we get into Doug's review of that, I'm gonna have to read the manga or watch Crystal or the anime.
Yeah.
What about me? Did you the same or?
Yeah, I'm probably the number one thing I would do is probably read the manga.
At least look into that. Because Doug surely didn't do his research. He did it for frickin' Avatar, but not that.
At least Miss Anthropoid did his research. Okay, granted,
Yeah.
you said Sailor Moon Wikia, but at least he did do his research.
Yes.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, Obi-Wan gets well, he doesn't have as much screen time, but his roles are still significant, okay?
So make sure you don't get copyright claimed up Tyrex for the footage of Sailor Moon playing Doug's video.
Yeah. And
Also,
him shouting 14 years old several times.
That was just that was creepy. Like, why would he think that that's
Not cool, man. Not cool. Heck, even I basically felt uncomfortable just listening to that.
No. I never found.
I mean, I watched Miss Anthropoid's video, so I'm pretty much first covered. So I want to turn my head now.
I just like it when he just got real pissed and said, "Walker, you are such a fucking creep."
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, then.
Would later go on to become the best thing about the following two prequels, especially Revenge of the Sith, where his performance is so good that it makes me want to love the movie. But yeah, he's wasted here. Watching Natalie Portman's Queen Amidala is like sitting in a history class. She delivers her lines like a robot when in the costume, and when she pulls off...
She's Queen. She's supposed to be... She's saying it in monotone.
She's supposed to be stoic and cold sounding, because that's how she's been raised to do it.
It takes place in a galaxy far, far away, hence why they talk like this.
She suppresses her emotions when she has to talk to the Senate.
Alienated. I will.
Chiru that none of us care about. It's treated like a big reveal when neither herself as the queen nor herself as the normal girl made any sort of impression on me.
Well, that's just you then.
Jake
Well,
Lloyd.
I mean,
He didn't
I mean, it's pretty unpredictable when that happens, and I'm like, oh wait, now that makes sense because she's using a decoy to get out of trouble. Yes, and that ends up helping her capture the Viceroy in the end, which I thought was clever. Like that shows how smart she is for her age.
Dialogue. He was just a kid. The guy doesn't deserve all the bashing he's gotten over the years.
Why, thank you.
The only
Thank
reason
you for at
Anakin-
least being affectionate towards Jake.
Yes,
all right?
Jake Lloyd.
And not being an insensitive asshole like Mike, Doug, even Chris sometimes, too.
Yeah, because Doug,
Also
with his
not.
Jingle All the Way review,
And that's also...
That was horrible.
Yeah.
That was just anything that reminded him of that movie. He just had to make pandering jokes about it, and that pissed me.
Do you know what? You know what I think we should do for the next lounge, since it's Christmas Eve? I think we could do Doug Walk, the Nostalgia Critics review of Jingle All the Way.
I'm fine with that.
Well, I have to. That's fine. I'd have to watch that one first.
I know for the fact there is a Sonic costume in there.
Yeah.
I have
in
to
the parade.
But sadly,
you got to deal with tiny baby man.
So I'm going to have to either watch it. I'm still going to either have to watch it online because my DVD of the Jingle All the Way is scratched. Sadly.
Well, we'll probably have it on Movie Lounge on my Discord server.
All right then.
Yep.
Okay, let's see then.
What's important is because it says so in the script. The entire midichlorians concept is just an excuse to make the Force something readable.
It's not.
It makes it grounded, so that no one can just become Force sensitive. Okay.
It's the point.
Now it comes in
ridiculous.
percentages, and you have a particular amount of it in your blood, as opposed to it being
energy field created by all living things. It
Here we go.
surrounds
Yep,
us,
midi-chlorians
penetrates,
ruin the Force. Check.
binds the galaxy.
Even Miss Stanford will stop bitching
Now
about that.
It's just superpowers you're born with. The Jedi start throwing around this
No, that's
prophecy
not
which
how
never
it
gets
works.
explained.
That's not how the Force works. Okay, the
That's not how
midi-chlorian account has to be higher for you to be more Force sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just be born that way.
Controlling the Force, it takes a huge amount of willpower and such.
Yeah, we know
Last
about that.
I heard-
Green Raccoon.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Cole showed me that video like a couple weeks ago, I think.
Oh dang! I thought it was supposed to be.
It was like on an Anomaly Inc. live stream.
Yes, they were doing a guy who was bashing the Phantom Menace and ridiculing George for casting him, even though that was just he was just doing his job. He saw Jake as a young Anakin, just a young naive boy that's sweet and everything. So it's awful. Watch and he showed footage of that scene of that whole chase with his car basically running out the tire and then it's skidding and crashing. That was it makes me hate the internet a lot.
Mm-hmm. Internet ruins everything.
The internet, it's just people's ego is what makes people do this shit. All right, people just
and
need
I've
to.
met people with egos.
Mike Stucklasa.
He's probably just the tip of the iceberg. It was like once his word got out, the entire internet was just against George with that.
Against Ahmed Best even more, against Jake Lloyd even more. Holy fucking shit. And turned upcoming filmmakers into complete idiots and gave us crap movies like, oh no, Captain Marvel.
It was basically
also the midichlorians act as a conduit for the Force, not the Force itself.
Yes. Mm-hmm. They are a means of measuring it so that the one who has a higher count can be more powerful with it. And so therefore, not everyone can just be able to do it because you get it by now.
Yep.
Basically, it was the timeline from 2010 to all the way to towards the end of 2017, where the prequel hate train was riding strong. But when The Last Jedi came out, people seemed to have a change of opinion and realized we were deceived. We were brainwashed by the internet, and then we were deceived by Disney.
And realized that the prequels weren't as bad as people make it out to be.
No, the prequels were never terrible.
And you know what the worst part is that it wasn't just the internet. There's been certain media that have given certain hate messages. Well, okay, I wouldn't say it like that, but they've given off the prequel name as horrible, such as a book that I read once called The Geek's Guide to Dating. Don't ask why I ever decided to get a book like that, because I was just curious at the time, but really it just gave certain instances of, well, let's face it, the prequels, as we know, are pretty damn awful. Yes, it was an objective thing to say at that time, which just makes me disgusted.
Jesus fucking Christ. It's just Star Wars. It's fucking, to quote Dunzil, albeit the Chad Dunzil who likes prequels, not the Virgin Dunzil who hates prequels. It's fucking Star Wars. Why are you bitching about the prequels?
Because people, at least some of my friend has told me, but I'm very different. I enjoy the prequels. What people say is they don't like the politics of Star Wars, even though I feel like watching the Trade Federation and everything that has happened in the prequels, I like having that background than just all action and lightsaber fighting. I like more context, and I like seeing the political turmoil before you give me Darth Vader, because then I know what came first. Palpatine had to get rid of the Trade Federation because the Trade Federation had droids, and now you see what is it like the political turmoil at the time.
It shows off how corrupt the Senate is,
Yeah.
and that essentially Palpatine manipulating Padme to give a vote of no confidence to Chancellor Valorum just shows off how corrupt they really are. And essentially what Palpatine was doing was trying to get the Trade Federation, like, he was trying to upset the Senate by having her sign the treaty, which would, again, also show off how corrupt they are. And, they would have to vote a new chancellor for that.
And they nominate Palpatine.
Who is the most corrupt of all?
Corrupt.
Yes, really.
Therapy.
Also, the new Star Wars movies, I don't like them. I really don't. Like,
you mean sequel trilogy?
The one with Kylo Ren. I personally don't like how it's done, because every Star Wars movie George Lucas has done, they've given it like 1 or 2 years time to film and work out all the bugs. But every year now, Disney keeps churning them out and it seems like it's milking it, because I haven't seen like the last Rise of Skywalker, because I heard in 2 hours they info dump you with so much stuff that makes that they don't really have time to process it. Like, if they really want it that bad, they should have made a part 2 instead of info dumping so hard.
Jesus Christ. And these come from the same people who said, oh, the exposition bad. Exposition bad. Action's good. Come on.
Like, yes. I seriously love how some of these prequel haters like to complain about not knowing the certain motivations behind different characters, yet always complaining about when there's politics happening.
Yes, of course.
If you want to find out, then you gotta pay attention to them. Oh my god.
They all just cut out the all these prequel haters do is cut context.
There's context in the prequels. You gotta pay attention to it. The majority of the time, it happens visually, because Lucas is a visionary filmmaker, hence experience watching films are experimental. The majority of people who watch movies never bother with experimental movies just because it doesn't interest them. And George is pretty much the only one, the odd one out when it comes to filmmaking, who wants to experiment and stuff, and also the same applies to story-driven movies like movies such as the Star Wars saga. Jesus fucking Christ! Cry out loud.
The Geek's Guide to Dating. Are you an angel?
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's just the less I think about that shit, the better. Alright, that was a stupid book anyway.
The Dark Forces saga from the expanded universe was the real sequel trilogy.
Besides, who wrote that book anyway? A degenerate?
Well,
probably.
Some people say that the Thrawn trilogy could also be the real sequel trilogy, but you know what? Yeah, it was before Dark the prequels Forces came out, so...
No, I meant that geek book. I meant that geek book. Who wrote that geek book anyway? A degenerate.
Oh, okay. I don't actually remember the name, but yeah, just some degenerate person who just wanted to express how you could date someone if you're a total geek and make it structured like a video game where everything you do has to be like a level.
Basically, equivalent of being a beta. That is it. Well, that's fucking lovely. Don't read that book. Don't read a book. It'll make you a beta. Trust me. Anyway,
I've read some pretty shit ones. All right.
Let's press on.
All right. Let's see.
Other complaining about that when its sole reason to exist is to keep beating us over the head with the fact that Anakin Skywalker is important for some reason. What does the Chosen One mean? What does bringing balance to the Force mean? There's no reason to pretend things have always been in this universe when they clearly haven't.
Episode 6?
I'd love to say that Phantom Menace's visuals managed to save the movie, but aside from some nice location shooting, some cool set designs, and I'll admit, pretty good cinematography, the film's over-reliance on CGI causes the film to look considerably
there
dated.
it is.
Every time
There we
go.
Okay. There's more than just CGI. CGI is the experimental part. The rest of it are either miniatures, digital or actual matte paintings. Even on-set practical stuff, practical sets, practical.
There were a lot of There were
Dude.
a lot of practical
Don't
effects in the
it's like
Phantom
it's
Menace.
too much CGI. No bullshit.
Like seriously, it's just all they love to do is just grasp at straws for why they suck is just because CGI has to be the devil to them. Like, oh, if there's any semblance of CGI in these movies, then I automatically have to start trashing it. Like, oh wait, why is this location? Oh, why does this location look like CGI? Oh, it looks fake to me. No, I want practical. Like, bro, like the palace, the Naboo palace, practical. The little houses on Tatooine, the Anakin's house. They're all practical.
Practical and miniatures. Theed itself, practical, combination of practical and miniatures.
Battle droids, practical.
Yeah, mostly practical. Droidicas are practical. Yes, the blockade ships are mostly practical. Like, yes, Jar Jar was originally supposed to be just a fully costumed actor with a CGI head, but yeah, George decided to push the boundaries and make him fully CGI. But there are times when you can see that it's practical, that the costume is practical.
Yeah, for closer shots, I don't need CGI. I just rely on the made for VFX ready costume that Ahmed Best has to wear. And keep in mind, he's coming from the same people. He's coming from the same people who bitch about the prequels that for some reason praise stuff like Jurassic Park. It's pretty much does the exact same method in terms of visual effects.
Instead of just Jurassic Park, how about Jurassic World?
Right.
Jurassic
And I'll
World.
admit, yes, and I'll say this, I think some of the CGI in the first Jurassic Park hasn't aged as well as people say.
Yeah, especially the raptor-looking models.
No,
Yeah,
I'd say they look kind of plasticky and fake, but you know what? I mean,
experimental.
Yeah.
Testing the
But you know,
boundary.
But
And
I
the
guess I
T-Rex
shouldn't
was
say
an
anything else.
animatronic,
'Cause-
no less.
I mean, they're originally going to use go motion animation, which is like a Phil-Tippett variant of stop motion animation for Jurassic Park anyway. But no, but Spielberg and other people at ILM wants to push the boundaries with CGI using silicon graphics computers, soft iMod, 3D, the works.
And also, Doug being one of those fans, quote unquote, he never really read the books, even though some of those aspects of the books were kind of carried into the movie, or some things were changed.
Well, that's how it usually works. Yeah, to just fit better for movie runtime.
Not to mention, this comes from the same bitchy people who bitch about the prequels, who for some reason enjoyed the effects in the Matrix. But I'll say this right now: the visual effects in Matrix are overrated because there are some parts that haven't aged well. And especially the end when Neo gains the ability to fly, the way he flies towards the screen aged pretty badly.
Yeah, I'd still say that a lot of the CGI I think it's still fine. Like the parts where it's revealed, he's in the tube and everything, and it's like this is the real world. It's like I still think that looks pretty good for the time. But yeah, like I'm not fully on board with its overhaul and stuff. The sequels didn't really improve that much either.
Yeah, that's like Oliver Harper in his retrospective of makers comparing this to Phantom Menace and saying that the VFX in Matrix hold up pretty well compared to the Phantom Menace, bruh. So I mean, most areas it holds up well in the Matrix, and other times it's just the end where Neo gains the ability to fly hasn't aged well.
Like I'll just make this quick remark about CGI. For me, CGI is only bad when it's noticeable, okay? But really, for the most part, I enjoy CGI when it's different and unique, when it's like when it gives us huge locations like the Gungan city, like the way that like the Geonosis factory. I think that still looks incredible. The full Battle of Coruscant, like CGI helps expand on visuals and gives us huge immersive worlds that are just like different to look at, like
and pretty much impossible to do.
Whenever I can see CGI, I at least like to say that it's good to look at. All right, I don't want to just bitch about it just looking fake. All right, at least it's pretty to look at.
Yeah. And also, I will bring this up, and it's also related to what Doug did in his Jurassic review. Let's just say, it got really creepy. It's just like, hey, Ty, seems like the dumbass critic wants to bang your cousin or something.
Yes. Oh.
No thanks.
Anyway. And these are the same OT fanboys who bitch about the CGI in the prequels. Yet they enjoy the CGI and in the sequel trilogy. Oh, it looks real. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. The only practical effects are in principle photography. Everything else, when it comes to VFX itself, it's just all CGI. No features. That's it.
I will say something possibly unpopular though. I like the Cthulhu creature that they encounter on the Millennium Falcon. I mean, it's weird looking, but hey, I'm just a sucker for those kinds of designs.
Even though Finn screams Ray in that part.
I just like different creature designs that are creepy enough.
Let's press on.
A scene from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. If you're not scratching your head trying to figure out CGI
hold on. There's more. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Where did that even come from?
Every time Jar Jar interacts with one of the characters, I feel like I'm watching a scene from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
No. Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
How wrong? Consider the fact that we just covered. In fact, how wrong? Consider the fact I've covered certain. I can't remember, but I think I just covered a certain video that also mentions this as well. I wonder who that person could be. I probably on TV Live. I mean, granted, yeah, both movies have visual effects done by Alan, and gotta give him credit for that, for their technical achievements. But calling Jar Jar Binks the equivalent of Roger Rabbit is overstating understatement.
Well, I mean, he is supposed to be based on Goofy, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it may have elements. It may have elements of Roger Rabbit, and ironically so, consider that both movies has VFX by Alan again, but majority of the time it's based on Goofy.
Like, yes, he's just supposed to be an innocent child's insert character, like the point of view of what a child would be experiencing if they were in this situation. Like, that's what George intended. Okay, you can hate on Jar Jar all you want, but to say that he has no place in the story is not true, all right? He is actually the hero of it, believe it or not, because he speaks up when, the Queen is in is in a time of complete peril because, the Senate is rejecting her plea.
So it's okay to like Roger Rabbit, but it's not okay to like Jar Jar Binks. Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit bizarre.
Because the internet says so.
The Dark Forces saga consists of Dark Forces, Dark Forces 2, Jedi Knight, Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast, and Jedi Academy.
All right, then.
Dark Forces had Kyle Katarn, the Chuck Norris of Star Wars, and he would mop the floor with Rey.
I see. Well, that's good to know then. Yes.
If you're not scratching your head trying to figure out what's happening during the first act, you're tapping your foot waiting for someone to change facial expressions or the tone of their voice. The entire section of the film on Tatooine is annoying. Almost every
it's not.
single funny character there gets under your skin. The supposedly fun and intense pod race is stretched out to 10 minutes when we all got over the excitement of it 3 minutes in.
It's based on Ben Hur.
It's
based on Ben Hur. The chariot scene. It's based on Ben Hur. Anyone who has seen
my God.
No, it's inspired by Ben Hur.
These people are just like, we gotta bash this shit, even though, like, but aren't we supposed film critics who like to review movies from the older days, and yet here we complain about these movies just because we feel like it?
It's like I just don't understand.
I just don't understand people on the internet sometimes. They just
No.
choose to bash whatever they feel like deserves bashing just because it's the cool thing to do, apparently. They have to keep pandering.
It's the trend, man. It's the
And do
trend.
it out of fear, i.e. Dunzo. But the prequel trilogy is filled with bad characters, bad writing, and bad CG. But why are you booing me? I'm right. Anyway.
Well, it's just because of it's a thing that you have to do. Otherwise, they're afraid that people aren't going to take them seriously.
No.
Do I really care
People
about
just
the
don't
council
understand.
getting voted off or the Queen signing the treaty? You think I want to watch that? Oh, and also I find
Part of the plot where
it's her
Palpatine
story,
wants
so
power.
if you're not invested, well, then that's your own fault anyway.
Uh-huh.
I find
her
it funny how
story.
when they say they're leaving the planet, the music comes up and all the characters get happy. It's like they're acting out what I'm feeling at that.
Because going back to Naboo.
Yes, they're going to
Because-
take it back by force. That's what it implies.
Act and fights are overly long, which is a shame because as little emotional
Hold on,
investment I have
hold on. Did you just complain about them
planet,
being
the
overly
music
long?
comes up and all the characters get happy. It's like they're acting out what I'm feeling at that point. The final act and fights are overly long, which is a shame because as little emotional investment I have in the
No,
three-way
it's not.
Oh my god, are you fucking...
It's called
This
Duel
man
to
actually
the
just-
Face
These are
for a
fake people.
reason.
These are the same people who enjoyed the Battle of Yavin. And it's lasts like, what, 7 to 8 minutes or something?
It's like 14 to
It's
15
entertaining,
minutes,
the
I
fighting
think,
is
really.
elegant, and you get a real sense that these are Jedi in their prime. But it keeps getting interrupted by other fights happening
I
simultaneously.
loved all the final battle scenes in the Phantom Menace.
Like, like the same people who now complain about there being excessive amounts of politics in the movie now are complaining about action that is apparently too long. I mean, I guess they're trying to convey
Factions
that
of each battle of Naboo.
Like, what? They're trying to convey it that if you're not invested in it, then it becomes boring. Well, you're only not going to be invested if you don't pay attention in anything. Like, these people are just so bad at conveying their points that they just come across as contradictory all the goddamn time. It just annoys me every time. Then I hear, oh, I couldn't sit through this because it was boring. Oh, and I can't sit through this either because it's too long. Oh, well, I can't sit through this anyway because I got the attention span of a fly.
or in this case, a goldfish.
Yes.
Well, I mean, at least goldfish always are doing something. Okay,
also
no, I
means
don't
when
know
the
what
film
hell
tries
is
to
that
implement
for.
some emotional weight into the scene, it gets interrupted when they immediately cut to Jar Jar trying to be funny. The emotional
That's
climax for me is happy.
Dude, you realize that they just lost the battle? They've lost. That they are essentially taking them in and possibly going to kill them.
Yes, but only because it's over. You've
Wait,
got to
what
give
was
me
that now?
something here. Gets interrupted when they immediately cut to Jar Jar trying to be funny. The emotional climax for me is happiness, but only because it's
Only because it's over.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Is like, and this theme is like the Emperor's theme, except more cheery.
Yo, when I first found out about that, it like
power. What were we saying, Cole?
When I first found out about that, it like changed the way I view this ending now entirely. It's like this ending's supposed to be upbeat and cheerful, but you realize that they're not celebrating victory; they're celebrating the rise of democracy.
I love
Yeah, when you look at it that way, yeesh.
I love democracy. I love the Republic.
I'm making a song. Well, I finished the song, so I won't tell you, but you may like it. Probably, hopefully. Mark, are you still with us?
Hello?
I'm still with you.
Oh, good.
Okay, do you have
Okay.
anything to say on this?
I will complain about him commenting on the fight sequences are too long, because I will compare it to a simple movie I've seen. Do not watch it. It's called Maria. Now, this movie the whole time uses quick kills, where even the toughest person is a quick kill that takes only one hit to knock them out. Now, if you cut short a fight scene too short, you don't get any satisfaction out of it. You don't. You don't feel
Yeah,
any
that's the point.
impact. And you need length. So when you see a battlefield, you can't give it like 2 minutes and be like, that's it. You have to see the people get shot. You got to see the droids get shot down. You got to see them fight. You have to see it through. Or else you lose the emotional aspect of it and what they're fighting for. So
yes, it drains the tension.
Yeah. And also, if he liked Man of Steel and he has no issues with it, then I have a big question. Because Man of Steel, that fight is long. That fight is very long. So, like, if you have no issue with Man of Steel's fight, then I'll question you and be like, why do you have issue with Star Wars but Man of Steel's fight? Because I think it's much longer anyway.
Not to mention the music during that final climactic scene in Man of Steel by Hans Zimmer is just an ear sore, to be honest.
I do like Man of Steel. I do enjoy it.
But do not say you like the writing of Superman to Angel Wren, because she will flip out.
What? I'm sorry, what?
Angel Wren, Cool Man's friend. So
yes,
she will flip out because she hates the Man of Steel with a burning passion because it ruined Superman for her. It really did.
I can understand what you mean.
I do like hearing her get angry at stuff, though, because it's good to see a woman get angry at this stupid media.
That's actually a first and a rare occasion. And rare.
Okay. You've got to give me something here. A deeper meaning to things. A simplistic plot that...
Simplistic what?
All right, everyone. You know what then?
I have no words for
Ready?
this.
You ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Star Wars should be
simple. Star Wars should be simple. Star Wars should be simple. Sonic should be simple. Jurassic Park should be simple. Everything's supposed to be simple. Marvel should be simple.
Because we are mindless children who just
Sonic
want
should be
things to be
simple.
easy.
Spyro should be simple. Crash Bandicoot should be simple.
Spyro should be simple.
Well, I mean, it kind of is already, but
But look at Crash of the Titans and Crash Mind Over Mutant when it
And
was
look at
simple.
the Legend of Spyro, not the classics. I'm talking about the Millennia version.
Well, even then, like I'd say
Enter
the
the
story for
Dragonfly.
I'd say that the story for the third game isn't as simple as it seems because there's some actual character in development and some different meanings to it and stuff. I mean, I wouldn't say it's
Tim
great
Curry
or
was
anything.
like in
I'd
the
say it's
second game.
decent.
Tim Curry is in the second game as Ripto, I'm guessing.
No.
No.
Legend of Spyro games. Eternal Night. He was in Eternal Night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he a bad guy?
Yeah, and he's a parrot.
Yeah, no big surprise.
Anyway,
I seriously
I would
cannot
take complexity over simplicity any day.
You were saying, Cole?
I just can't fathom how people can say stuff like, why can't this story just be simpler, while simultaneously saying stuff like, where's the deeper meaning and stuff? Shouldn't there be something more to get from this?
Yeah, you
Well,
wouldn't
then
really get
maybe-
anything if it was
Well, yeah,
simplified.
Maybe then it's not so simple, perhaps.
You want to know what I think? These people want to go on Peppa Pig logic.
Peppa Pig. Don't give me Sarah Peppa Pig, please, no, thank you.
I'm sorry.
I want to watch. I don't want to think about Peppa Pig.
This is pretty much why Sonic Team listens to fans that want simplicity. Like Ian Flynn would listen to them because they want simplicity.
Johnny, Aunt Dude, and what else? Aaron Hansen, aka Eagle Raptor of Game Grumps.
Game apologist. The game apologist. Yeah.
I do have to ask one question though. In thought, the people who don't like the prequels, and just in general who have issues with Star Wars, right? Do they know this Star Wars outside of movies? Because I hear bits and pieces of it, and
you mean the EU?
Yeah, the universe, and you kind of realize how intricate it actually is because there's so many things to learn about it. Like I discovered that there's a race so far from the Force that Sith and Jedi can't even take them on, or if you Force push them, the Force push has no effect. And that's the Yuzhan Vang, where the universe actually is quite intricate. Like, it's very deep, and I feel like simplicity only works for certain things. Like, if you bring time travel into a story, personally, I believe simplicity should be a thing, because time travel gets really fucky if you go over the top. Certain things should be simple, while other things like the Star Wars universe, in itself, Star Wars has a lot of stories to tell. Even the Old Republic, like that video game, Old Republic, the amount of stories you get out of that is like, wow, you don't realize they all connect somehow in different eras. So simplicity for Star Wars can't be possible without bare boning the movie itself.
OT Pierce will be like, no, everybody should be simple. I don't want a complex story because it's too offensive.
What is going on? Oh, my freaking volume.
Sorry.
Okay, you're turning into Dio Brando rant.
Sorry, no, I'm all that after True Love Heart 94. No, I'm sorry about that, Cole. I didn't mean to. No, I'm not fine. I'll never be a little bit.
Stupid thing.
No, I'll never be. Yeah, we get it.
Yeah, crazy.
Shut up, you baby.
Jesus Christ, True Lover. Jesus Christ, Tails, calm down. You stupid little cunt. Stop yelling at your friends. But I mean, listen, Tails.
Goodness. Oh my god, this stupid thing is bugging out on me, and I'm like getting I'm getting like staticky audio.
And understand. Fun characters, something.
Fun character, something.
Oh god. Oh no, I take it back. Oh no, please. For the love of God, stop it.
Shut up.
So instead of
You can't make up your mind, you dumb ox.
I can't watch this no more. I'm sick and tired of these people just saying stupid shit that isn't even relevant anymore.
Having relatable, emotional, or basic realistic characters that can be happy, sad, funny, and more. We're going to have the main characters be poker-faced bores, and the token comic relief characters will provide the lighter side of the
story. Okay. If you want a perfect example of a token character, look no further than Miles Morales, also known as Black Spider-Man. Just saying.
I didn't really watch that, so I'll take your word for it.
You mean the character? I think you're referring. You can watch. I mean, you're referring to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So.
Yeah, I did see it though, but I'd say it's different. Like I don't really see that though.
I don't think it's as good as Spider-Man 1. Sam Raimi.
Oh, speaking of which, if we can pretty much agree, if you guys seen the Mummy movie, you know for a fact that, oh boy, the newer version of it.
You mean the 2017
it's horrible.
That was terrible.
No.
That was terrible.
Yeah, can we watch Imhotep pretty much make that giant sand face again?
Which is why there was no Dark Universe anymore.
I know.
Well, we did get the Invisible Man this year.
Don't bother with that one. Ugh.
Was it worth it?
I thought it was okay.
That 2 weeks of it starts with F, but I don't want to get political here. But
I know that James and Doug basically did a review of that movie.
Yeah, man.
If I were you,
man.
If I were you,
if
you want to watch a guilty pleasure Invisible Man movie, just watch Memoirs of Invisible Man, directed by John Carpenter.
Nuts in vain.
Also, watch the Mummy 1990 and sequel to Mummy Returns. Skip Human Dragon Emperor, but don't be afraid to give the Scorpion King a try.
Human Dragon Emperor was boring.
I did not see the third Mummy movie. I only saw the second movie.
Oh, second one's fine. The Emperor is a cash grab. I do like how they incorporated Michelle Yeoh, but same time, that was a cash grab and a quick one.
It's Universal. What
also, my question is, do they really have dragons in the third movie? I want to know.
I forget. I know they have terracotta men because it's covering Chinese culture in the area. But to
Since when
Tyler,
did we go to Since when did we come from Egypt only to go to China?
I don't know.
I
Cash
don't-
grab.
Well, they're just trying to get
That's
different cultures.
I know.
I watched the 1999 one. I watched the Mummy Returns. I watched Scorpion King, a guilty pleasure, even though it's considered cash grab. I avoided the third movie. So it's garbage.
Yeah,
I've
stopped
only
watching the third movie because it was so bland.
Yeah, I didn't really see the third one.
Why am I laughing?
I don't know.
I only I saw parts of the first one, but I didn't watch it all the way because at the time I was scared of it. And the second one I only saw bits of too. The third one I saw more of, but yeah, that one was just pretty forgettable. And the Scorpion King, yeah, I've only seen bits and pieces of all 4 of those movies.
Oh,
I've been on the Mummy ride, which was awesome.
Nice.
No, I could not do that ride. My sister did that ride, and she came out crying.
Yeah, it you go backwards in the end too.
Yeah. It made me not want to go back to Universal Studios for a while, but nevertheless.
I'll probably go to Florida in May.
You were afraid of the Mummy, and yet you basically read things like Junji Ito. That's kind of ironic.
I saw it I was seeing it when I was 12 or something. I was still,
okay.
Still weaker minded.
I do like creepypastas, but not like the Lost Media creepypastas anymore.
Yeah, seriously. Go away, Sonic EXE. We don't want you anymore.
I like more of the outside the Lost Media creepypastas. Like the security camera, the Google Earth.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I've been getting into
because the security camera, it's like a rinse and repeat sort of thing. It won't stop looping over and over again.
Oh, I've been into watching videos based on Lost Media icebergs and stuff, and I don't find it scary, but I actually find it intriguing to find all this Lost Media stuff. Yeah.
Also, there was a chakra creepypasta which I found interesting, where an old stranger walks into the house and this person could not move, get up out of bed, and everyone's asleep at night, and this old man was staring at him all night.
Ooh.
Ugh,
that will definitely give you night terrors.
And the dog peed on the floor and walked out, and no one else sees it but the dog and the guy who's stuck in bed.
Goodness.
If I may ask, what by any of the old creepypasta monsters, which do you say at least were unique enough?
Well, oh goodness.
That's hard.
I mean, I'd say Laughing Jack I thought was interesting conceptually wise.
Krampus.
Yeah, for the most part, well, I'd say the Rake is probably the scariest.
Yeah, because that actually could be an actual creature that may or may not exist.
Well, I mean, not with the Freddy Krueger-esque fingers, but
I know.
It certainly looks like it.
I know, the creature from the No Face thing, from the No Face creepypasta.
Oh, I've actually seen an SMM version of that.
Yeah, it was like that. Yeah, I saw that animation. That was a great story, right?
Yeah, and Unsettling too. It had a lot of build up to it.
2020, yes, this year in a nutshell proves no face.
Oh my.
Yes.
Anyway, let's finish this off. It's time to wrap this up.
Okay.
Damn, this is crap. This is Hollywood money-making organized crap. The
Oh
film has
my
no idea who
God! Are
made
you?
that.
You are eating those. Oh, the irony is strong with that statement.
How ironic.
People just saying George Lucas only wanted to make money. Like, no, you're all fucking misinformed.
In fact, Ralph movie could be like, In fact, Ralph the Movie Maker would be like, I was original, and they love me, yet enjoys The Last Jedi. No, I kid you not, Ralph the Movie Maker loves The Last Jedi.
Hypocrisy much?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, I don't mean to bash people who like The Last Jedi, but for those people, it's just the people who like it out of like saying that it has great themes and that it did things different when, yeah, that's factually incorrect, okay? I'm sorry, but if you think that it improves upon the themes of the prequels, then no, it's not.
No.
That's not the case. Like,
Yeah,
okay, I'm not gonna bash anyone who likes it, but yeah, to say that it's better than the prequels, then no, you lose me there.
I that's why I'm not doing I hate everything's Last Jedi defense video, is because he doesn't even like The Last Jedi anymore.
I assume he deleted it.
Well, I don't know.
No, he didn't, but as far as I could say, he doesn't like it anymore. That's why I'm not doing a respond video
Yeah,
right
what's
there.
the point?
George
What,
Lucas
my
keeps telling
monster?
me to go.
And I'm not responding to Jeremy Johns at all because he finally understood George Lucas last
Did
year.
he delete his old prequel reviews too?
No, that it's probably gonna take him days to scroll through and such.
Well, I mean, it's like a
busy.
mark of, but it's probably something there to remind him of how far he's actually come as a reviewer, and just a mark of things that have happened in the past. Yeah.
Fuck myself because these films are for kids, and that's why I don't get Jar Jar. So I get
it's for kids
so
and
now
adults.
You admit it.
Yeah.
So now you admit that this movie's for children, and yet you complain that you can't understand it. This is ridiculous. These people
Adults like him are stupid. Let's face it, adults like him are stupid.
All right.
Can't understand a movie that's geared towards
making the kids more
12-year-old
smarter.
demographic.
Well, that's just wow.
Just
stupidity by association. Lovely.
Even as a kid, even if I didn't fully understand the circumstances of like the themes and everything and the politics, I still understood the basis of what was going on. All right, I knew I knew who the bad guys were. I knew what was going on, the Queen and everything. Like,
it's so simple.
Not that hard to understand. Even with Attack of the Clones 2, where people say that plot is hard to understand, I'd say that one was pretty straightforward. Probably the most straightforward out of the trilogy.
Guess by that logic, kids just thrill to this stuff.
Kills just.
Federation at this time.
To date on allegations, I present Queen Abigail,
Oh my God.
recently elected ruler of the Naboo, who speaks on our behalf.
Yes. Also, pause a moment, just in case if the video just want to get claimed.
Yeah.
Of the Republic. I come to you under the gravest of.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
Know
man.
your audience. Wow.
The Phantom Menace's biggest problem
Yes,
turns out
because
to be its
kids
most
certainly can't be challenged at all. No, because they certainly can't be intrigued by any sort of world building that's going on or any sort of internal conflicts that involve corruption. No, they just have to be given. They just have to be given explosions, lightsabers, destruction every fucking second.
It's how ironic considering that these people do the exact same fucking thing with the original trilogy.
Might I remind you that, like, a person like Doug Walker said in a review that kids need slower moments because it teaches them patience and the meaning of atmosphere, and then goes and complains about political stuff and it being boring in the prequels. Just inconsistency.
No kidding.
It's boring. A bad sci-fi film can survive a lot of things. Badly written characters, clunky pacing, outdated effects, and a failure to understand a film as long as it's not dull. And this is the dictionary definition of dull. It's not fun to watch, even if you
Your review is the dictionary.
This review is not fun to watch, okay? Because you sound miserable anyway. Nobody wants to listen to a reviewer that just sounds like they don't even want to be on there.
Not even interested in making it anyway.
Simple movie on its own It's just
You want to
dull.
know who also sounds
You
like
know what?
very
Your
much-
review is just dull.
No, you want to know what's actually dull? Disney Star Wars. Yeah, they're creatively bankrupt with it.
Hey,
They
hey.
do next to nothing. They do next to
Unoriginal.
nothing interesting. It's all just pandering to whatever these people on the internet want.
Sound familiar? Sound familiar? Sonic, anyone?
Yes. Also, can I bring this up? I think throughout this point, this guy almost sounds a little bit similar to Gamer Guide.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I
Subtle.
wouldn't be surprised if he was his cousin or anything.
The dude's British, though.
Okay, well, yeah, that was probably a bit much.
I mean,
but-
I
and
understand.
on the other-
I know the joke about the whole that British people can be stale and such. Well, apparently we found that incarnation.
Well, he could have been his friend. Let's just call him his friend or something.
Yeah, because like I don't think they can be related though, because yeah.
Well, yeah, not to get about nationalities, but you get the idea.
I'm not up against anything or anything.
But hey, at least I can count on my good friend John Williams to provide an awesome score,
Oh, that's fuck.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
which I never do. Cheers for watching, guys, and as always, if you like this video, you can subscribe to my channel.
No, thank you.
Yeah, no thanks. Go fuck yourself. You can
No, thank
subscribe to Go Fuck Yourself 101.
All right. What else you want to do? You want to do another video? Or you want to
I
call
thought
it?
we were also going to do the special edition one.
I'm gonna have to go to movie.
Right,
Windows
but you're gonna have to
Movie
like
Maker and
pitch it. Yeah, you have to pitch it. Yeah.
Heck,
Oh,
I
what
basically,
is it?
heck, there are basically two videos that aren't really related to this type of media.
And also
Oh,
Red
man.
Letter Media review. I'm gonna have to pitch as well.
Because his fans send in bots.
Yeah, it's just
Wow.
it's just a
All right.
trap every single
Get
time.
ready for another
Also,
terrible.
not to mention, the actual score from the prequel trilogy plays in the background in mono sound.
Oh my god.
I hate YouTube.
I'm a dip, but I'll catch you guys later. This was fun.
All
Yeah,
right.
it was
Yeah, Mark.
fun. Yes, it was thanks
See
for
ya,
being
Mark.
there with us, Mark.
Later.
What?
Oh, hi, Mark. Also, before we start, I'm going to say this right now. For those of you who are wondering what happened, I'm going to make it more clear than I did with the other short 20-minute live stream video I made. I'm going to make it quick here because what happened to the TG Live number 5? Well, when Coolman YouTube Wise Wolf and I did covering Cinema Therapy's bullshit Inside Out video. Therapist reacts to Inside Out. I accidentally this is one moment in the video that I accidentally rang in instead of just pausing. And yes, it was my fault for letting it play out instead of just pausing it and then resuming it. I got copyright claimed by Disney. I'm filing dispute. If that and when I file a dispute, and when Disney receives a dispute I made, I pray to God I don't want to get a copyright. I pray to God I don't want to get a copyright strike. Because I hate when.
You know what? I'm probably not gonna do the Attack of the Clones review tonight because I gotta be up in the morning by 8:30, go to work.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so
I was kind
let's-
of ready to stop anyway. Sorry.
Yeah, you know.
I mean,
We're
for crying
gonna-
out loud, we did Some Call Me Johnny, and that took about 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
So,
watch
yeah,
some
you
good-
did.
let's-
So wait,
let's watch-
you did Sonic Adventure 2? Oh.
One and
God.
two,
Yeah, and Adventure 1.
So, what did you think of that shit?
Boy, it's like any other person who really doesn't like those Star Wars movies.
Mm-hmm.
It like gives like the way that he was describing it, it's like less than a Saturday morning cartoon plot wise. It just gives me the impression that Johnny thinks Sonic should be simple.
Also, not to mention, in the beginning of his adventure video, he says that the adventure games haven't held up nearly as well as the classics. And I'm like, what the fuck? Did you realize that people like EPG tore apart the games of the classic era, like Sonic 2?
Oh wait, I got something you could search up, Ty.
What?
Look up. Okay, get this. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, narrated by Obi-Wan Kenobi by James Arnold Taylor. Oh, you gotta look that up.
Oh my god, isn't that... Okay, this should be fun.
Yes, since it is, it's closer to Christmas. Yeah, this would be something to react to.
Narrated by Obi-Wan?
Yep, that's it. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's the one with the book. Yeah. Let's see. Oh wait, what'd you do?
This.
I think it's the one with it's the one with the book. Go back.
All right, it's the one with the book.
Like you keep going down. Oh wait, you had it up there before. What?
Oh, go back.
But yeah, hit the back arrow. Yeah, right. That one. Below that one.
This.
Yes.
This one.
Oh wait, no. That's the audio book. Oh, god damn it! Hold on, let me.
Having some trouble.
I think you can screen share this, Cole.
Let's see.
But yeah.
What is it by? Narrate by
Jesus,
Obi-Wan.
I can't
by...
freaking do that. Oh my god. Okay, well, just the one with the text that says "How the Grinch Stole Christmas," read by Obi-Wan and Cad Bane. Yes, find that one. Goodness gracious! Yeah, that one. That's it. Okay, here we go.
By Dr. Seuss, read by Obi-Wan Kenobi and friends.
This should be
Every
fun.
Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot, but the Grinch who lived just north of Whoville did not. The Grinch hated Christmas the whole Christmas season. Now, please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be that his head wasn't screwed on quite right. It could be, perhaps, that his shoes were too tight. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve hating the Whos, staring down from his cave with a sour, grinchy frown at the warm, lighted windows below in their tower.
It's just perfect.
But he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now hanging a mistletoe leaf.
James Earl Taylor, you're a genius.
Their stockings.
He snarled with a sneer.
Tomorrow is Christmas. It's practically here.
Then he growled with his Grinch fingers nervously drumming.
I must find a way to keep Christmas from coming.
Well, he knew. All the Who girls and boys would wake up bright and early. They'd rush for their toys, and then, oh, the noise. Oh, the noise.
One of the symbolisms is like commercialism.
Flying. The noise. Anakin! Young and old would sit down to a feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast. They would start on Who pudding and rare Who roast beef, which was something the Grinch couldn't stand in the least. And then they'd do something he liked least of all. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together with Christmas bells ringing. They'd stand hand in hand, and the Whos would start singing. They'd sing, and they'd sing, and they'd sing. And the more the Grinch thought of the Who Christmas sing,
I just want to hear Obi-Wan sing now.
Stop this whole thing. Why, for 53 years I've put up with it now. I must stop Christmas from coming. But how?
Then he got an idea. An awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea. And I have a bad feeling about this.
Now, of course.
The Grinch laughed in his throat, and he made a quick Santa Claus hat and the coat, and he chuckled and clucked.
What a great Grinchy trick. With this coat and this hat, I look just like Saint Nick. Oh,
It's just. I want to see that.
Since reindeer are scarce, there was none to be found. Did that stop the old Grinch? No. The Grinch simply said,
if I can't find a reindeer,
At least this is more entertaining than the Illuminations
he
version.
called his dog Max. Then he took some red thread, and he tied a big hole
And
on
the
the
Jim
top of his
Carrey.
head. Then he loaded some
Yeah.
bags and some
Fun
old empty
fact,
sacks
James
on a
Earl
ramp
Taylor-
sleigh, and he hitched
You know
up
what?
old Max.
Better
Then
than
the Grinch
any of the
said,
Universal
and
films.
the sleigh started down. All the homes were the Who's.
Fun
lay
fact,
asleep
Rex,
in their town.
James Earl
The
Taylor
windows were
also
dark.
voiced Electro from Ultimate Spider-Man video game,
All the
and
Who's
also
were
the
all
voice of
dreaming
Johnny
sweet dreams
Test,
without
for
care.
5.
When he came to the
Whoa,
first
really?
house in the square,
Yeah.
this is stop number one.
the old Grinchy Claus hissed, and he climbed to the roof, empty bags in his fist. Then he slid down the chimney a rather tight pinch. But if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once for a moment or two. Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue, with the little Who's stockings all hung in a row.
These stockings
He grinned.
are the first things to go.
Then he slithered and slunk with a smile most unpleasant round the whole room, and he took every present. Popguns and bicycles, lightsabers, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorn and plums. And he stuffed them in bags. Then the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all of the bags, one by one, up the chimney. Then he slunk to the icebox. He took the Who's feast. He took the Who pudding. He took the roast beef. He cleaned out that icebox as quick
It's
as
not
a flash.
beast.
Why, that Grinch even took their last can of Who hash. Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee.
And now,
Grinned the Grinch.
I will stuff up the tree.
And the Grinch grabbed the tree and he started to shove when he heard a small sound like the coo of a dove. He turned round fast and he saw a small Who. Little Zero Loo who was not more than 2. The Grinch had been caught by this little hut squatter who'd got out of bed for a cold cup of water. He stared at the Grinch and said,
Santa Claus, why are you breaking our Christmas tree? Why?
But you know, that old Grinch was so smart and so slick, he thought of a lie and he thought it up quick.
Why, my sweet little tart.
The fake Santa Claus lied.
There's a light on this tree that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, then I'll bring it back here.
And his fib fooled the child. Then he patted his head, and he got him a drink and sent him to bed. And when Zero Loo Who went to bed with his cup, he went to the chimney. And he
Just
Then the
Zero
lad
Lulu.
took a log for the fire. Then he went up the chimney himself, the old liar. On the walls he left nothing but hooks and some wire. And the one speck of food that he left in the house was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse. Then he did the same thing to the other Who's houses, leaving crumbs much too small for the other Who's mouses. 'Twas 15:15 dawn, all the Who's still abed, all the Who's still a snooze when he packed up his sled. Packed it up with their presents, the ribbons, the wrappings, the tags and the tinsels, the trimmings, the trappings. 3,000 feet up the side of Mount Crumpet, he rode to the tip-top to dump it.
Pooh-pooh to the Who's.
He was grinchiously humming.
They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open a minute or two. Then all the Who's down in Whoville will all cry, boo-hoo. That's a noise
Grinned the Grinch.
that I simply must hear.
So he paused, and the Grinch put a hand to his ear, and he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, then it started to grow. But the sound wasn't sad. Why, this sounded merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry. Very! He stared down at Whoville. The Grinch popped his eyes. Then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came, somehow or another. It came just the same. And the Grinch, with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling.
How could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes, or bags.
And he puzzled 3 hours, till his puzzle was solved.
3 hours.
The Grinch thought of something he hadn't before.
Maybe Christmas,
he thought,
doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more.
And what happened then? Well, in Whoville they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And the minute his heart didn't quite feel so tight, he whizzed with his load through the bright morning light, and he brought back the toys and the food for the feast. And he himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beef. May the force be with you, always.
Yeah!
Yay!
Thank you, James Arnold Taylor and Corey Burton. Yes.
Yay!
Well, that's going to wrap up here for now.
Yes. Now that lightened the mood better. I could just imagine like all the Clone Wars characters sitting around listening to it. It's just
We'll take it over the Illuminations movie anyways.
Or any of the Universals. From that slimy corporation.
What about Jim Carrey one?
That was.
I'd say that one is a guilty pleasure for me. I like things about it. I just think it's
but
better.
it's still like corporatized to hell.
Chuck Jones.
Yes, Chuck Jones is always the definitive version.
I have it on VHS.
Yeah, same here. It's like by MGM.
MGM UA home video. I have the 1986 print. So
I had like
1996. Yeah, same here.
I had a version before, but we got rid of it because there was some faulty things about it. Like it would skip some audio.
Oh, the DVD release or?
No, it was a VHS.
Oh.
Yeah, but nevertheless, still a classic. Yes, I enjoyed that very much.
Yeah,
and I hope
ever since I was 2 years old, I loved that version.
Same here. I think I remember renting it from the library.
Well, even though,
and yeah, that the Chuck Jones version is not corporatized.
Well, yes, because it's just the animated version of the story, nothing else, no bullshit side stuff that nobody cares about.
Politics, pandering, pop culture references, and idiots who don't understand.
Yes.
I hate that shit.
Okay. Yeah. All right, then. I enjoyed that, so I hope that the force is with you all, too.
Yes, and Ty, what will be the next stream next time?
You know what? Since no one's seen Jingle All the Way, we'll probably continue with Samuel Gavin, or probably do another Sonic reviewer.
Yeah.
Well, I
or the Knights.
Yeah,
I think we'll do Knights because that's Christmas feeling.
Yeah, Knights does have a Christmas theme. Yeah. Unlike Sonic, surprisingly, Knights actually is the more spirited version.
Yep. Anyways,
this is Mr. Tyrex.
This is Grant Harper, aka the Emotional Guy.
The Dragon Lover 95, and I wish you all good well, my fellow dragons.
And I wish you all, Cool Cole 64 wishes you all Merry Christmas, even though I feel bad I couldn't find a different profile pic, but yeah, nevertheless, Merry Christmas.
Honestly, that's fitting for what we were just watching.
Yep. Anyway. Anyway, take care, everyone. Merry Christmas. Get something to eat. Have a good night. Stay warm. Stay safe. May the force be with you, and let your emotions soar sky high. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Merry Christmas. Peace out and enjoy.
Bye.